Hello again, Gabulijo. I'm alone. Interesting. Kambalinde. I didn't know that. Okay. Here we go. On TikTok. What's going on here? Oh, come on. Okay. I guess we're live on TikTok too. The street is so cold, my brother. There's only one person on Facebook, no person on TikTok. Oh, there's 9 people here. Hi, Nashim. How you doing? I thought I was alone. Oh, Mugena Muera. Hello. What's up? Okay, you know the drill. Let me know who doesn't have good sound, who is not seeing Burunji. Let me know so that we can get that out of the way right about now. Hi, I'm good. How y'all doing? How was your week? Yes, Nashim, I saw you missed last week, but girl, we out here. How you doing, people? How you doing? Aba TikTok nga sina gwenda ba? Muliwa. Let me know in case you want the sound to be fixed or anything like that. Big shout out to everybody watching me on Facebook Live. How y'all doing? What's popping? I see the TikTokers out here. What's good? What's popping? How you doing? Hi, everybody on YouTube. And big shout out to everybody who is watching from wherever it is that you're watching from, be it UAE, America, London, India, Uganda. Big shout out to you. Big up on yourself. I can't believe I'm using words like that. God damn. Oh, child. Greetings to every one of you. And thank you for making the time out to come chill with me and sharing these, my random thoughts. How was your week? Let me know. Big shout out to you. I see you Singapore. Banayo mna Uganda alibuliwa. Mkati Singapore watuuka yotya mkwano. Sache manjagalo mna Uganda. Oboli yao genda kwekanga ngo mna Uganda alirasha. So, what's popping? I need to know whose sound is not clear, whose anything is not clear before we do this. Alexander Sengendo, what up, Mabu? How you doing? Big shout out to everybody. Let's get into this, man. This week has been cray. I don't know about you, but damn, you want me to speak some Runyoro with who? Empako yawo hayanga dieri. Abomukabali yokurungi buli munyora ikalire hano banange orohota. You think I can't speak my language? I can speak my language perfectly. Woo, child. Olimu Indiana. Oh my Lord. Big shout out to you. Everybody watching out here. Return is at Magede. I look amazing. Why, thank you. I'll be sipping this water. Lots of water. Someone asked me why I'm not doing my acrylic nails anymore. Well, guess what? I realized that they mess up your nails real good. So I first took a break because my nails were getting issues. And now I am back to biting them. But it's all good. You thought I was Mchiga? Who say that? I may kind of sound like him and act like him, but I'm not. I am Kavalega's grandchild. I have told you this over and over again. Ivan Twe Uganda, how you doing, boo-boo? How you doing, everybody on TikTok? Mbalaba. Tina, I like you too. I like you. YouTube is loud and clear. Good to know. Is your audio good everywhere? And I want you to know, what should we delve into today? What is going to be the topic? Oh, big shout out to you in Belgium right there, Sandra. I sees you. Mbalaba. Watching from Ukraine. Wow. Big shout out to you. How you doing? Let us know your situation. I hope you're safe. Oh, God. I don't even know where to start today. Nation wants me to be petty. Oh, Petty Betty comes out to play. You know this. Before we start anything, big shout out to anyone on these platforms. If you have sent me stars Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to keep sending them stars. If you have sent me super thanks or super chats, why, thank you. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. I want us to grow. And on TikTok too, if you have sent me gifts, I think they told me something like gifts. Yeah. If you have sent me all of those, I want to thank you so, so much. Hello to everybody watching us from Denmark. All of y'all, here's what's interesting with Facebook. I have seen some quite big followed names watching us live. I know Mundavida Mukamoli, but I would like to say thank you for taking the time out. I think I saw Donzella last time. I think I've seen Katcha the Bank. I used to make Katcha the Bank. I used to make jokes with that guy. No, with him, on him. Oh, Lord. But he's always watching, so big shout out to him. Anybody who is, with a big following, Zembe Anzanyo, sent you. If you want to know what to do to support the channels, it's quite simple. On YouTube, I have super thanks and super chats. Use them. They have 5K, 10K, 20K, chiri jolly. Feel happy enough to do whatever you want to do. And on Facebook, send those stars. Big shout out to New Zealand. When was the last time I had somebody from New Zealand? Lord. Woo! And everybody on TikTok, do the same. I am always humbled, and don't forget to become a member on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of things when it comes. William, thank you for the stars. I see that. And for all of you who are forgetting to update your membership on YouTube, but dear, okay. I ain't gonna say nothing. Like we say, today I am also going. The makeup. Oh, trust me, I needed to do my makeup. So I started this facial regimen because I had some weird stuff to do with my skin, and all of a sudden, because I started using, it's an acid, it's called tretinoin, tretinoin, something like that, 0.01% of it, and what it does, it literally exfoliates your skin. So I am chemically exfoliating my skin, not bleaching. You have to learn these things, you have to learn these things. So I'm chemically exfoliating my skin because I want my dead skin to go off and then bring out better good skin. Most of the times you guys will do the manual one where you use the facial scrubs or where you use the facial peeling masks. I decided to do a much simpler one. So if you're used to using, let me see, there are those products. What are they called? Oh, I'll remember it. But most of the times they use that. So yeah, that's why I had to pile on some makeup. But again, I don't do that much makeup. It's usually just my eyebrows and a little bit of powder here and there, and then my lipstick. Yes, Stevenson, Jawabu Siru. You wonder how I look when you are. This is not the time, Steven. This is not. Tova kumulamwa mkwano. Tova kumulamwa tuveyeyo. So I'm here rambling because I wanted to catch up with all of y'all. I see there's a lot. Big shout out. Istanbul, man. Omuna Uganda, alibuli wamu. Alibuli wamu. Sebi insanyula. Woo, child. It goes to show you that we will not stop at anything. Bambi sigenda bumambwa. Anybody's not coming out to play today. You're not coming out to play. Okay. I know, weekends I answer that day. I want to start it off though on a confused note. Someone explained to me, why was Gravity of Mtuju crying? On God. I watched the video of him and I'm like, what happened? I don't know. I know he said some stuff. Did he say something like about what was it? I think he said something about the top three apparently. Yeah, he said something about, is it Bobby Wine, Bebe Cool or Chameleon, and he said he was better than them. And then what happened? Ugandans did their thing where they spoke their mind and it hurt him. Let me my pastor explained to me, Gravity was I was watching the clip, I'm like, you see, at times you have to know that the names you choose do not allow you to do particular things. I get it. No, I get it. You know? You why did he feel like, I mean, I swear to God, I didn't follow the story, but I wanted to know what exactly prompted him to cry. Because when he was crying, he was saying something about many people feed off of me, abantu banji benda bidida, my family, Simanya Case said what. Let me ask Ugandan celebrities, you are still bothered by what Case says about you? Really? You have stooped that low, and I thought I was the bully, but god damn, you allow yourselves to be bullied by Case? Really? Case? I mean, I'm not knocking his hustle or anything. I'm just saying, Case is making y'all sleep ngat mukukunade. Tell me. Huh? My lord. He was like, oh my god. Case, so I'm like, Gravity. What's his real name? Because I know he has a very, very northern, and he's a northern, you know, northerners are very strong men. I mean, I'm not saying anything about him showing emotion. It's allowed. Even men are allowed to cry, but bruh. You don't come out and say certain things and then the people give you your quota. What is due you? And then you want to cry? No. That's for me like the boy who cried wolf. Like, you came out like King Kong, thump chest, you were hitting your chest like boom, 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 boom. And then it ended in tears. Premium tears, Gravity, nedda namba mtulekemu. Sometimes we need that street credibility to stay there, you know? Because street credit kind of cigar, like, you do not just cry like that. Small Ugandans telling you what is on their mind and you're crying. This is the same guy. And I know, this is what shocks me about Gravity, is that he's used to saying some reckless shit all the time. And the Ugandan community is just like, anyway. But this time the Ugandan community told you how they felt and you were like, I'm going to cry. You started it. You... Wow. Abannayuganda bayinza okuteeka mu kifo kyo. Mwamuwadde sukaali n'ebigenderako. Mwatabudde kachai. Mushaba is asking me, but for you forgot what you were doing others on Urban TV. I need for you to educate yourself before you come on these platforms and start to show how stupid you are. You need to understand that there are shows that are entirely made for critiquing. Read about it. Mushabe, nke zina lyawe, nyenda kushaba, ojende, ogugwaringe, what it means to be a critic. Then I will get back to you. Omna-Uganda mulabeduka kuba omna-Uganda mukowu omna-Uganda inebi munyiga inebi wundu munda ojango olasana n'obugambo bwo buti bakuwa level mwasabudde mbwa. By the time you kusabula the ninja to come out and have a conversation with tears running gwe omna-Uganda mulabeduka omna-Uganda inebi wundu ajja kuswaza ajja kuvuma nga tataddeko na pulesa mungi, just small aggravating you and all hell breaks loose. Bambi ka Gravity kabwe kadiya Uganda Uganda balabeduka nabatyedda. But I still want to ask artists, if really you are offended and triggered, pressed when Case says something about Case. You see, there are certain people, if they said anything about you, you would be bothered. Case. Otherwise, this week has also been a very beautiful week because the president officially signed the Computer Misuse Act into law. It is not a bill anymore, dear. It is a law. Musinike binyo drone zijja bachima, you will do 15 years. I like to keep it 100. Bagendo chima mwe. I don't even know why we thought he would not sign it. Did we think he would not sign it? Haven't we seen that man act so oblivious and angered most of the time? Actually, he's not oblivious. Most of the time, he's pressed. Munyivu. Because the 1% of Ugandans who are on social media are not his buddies. The biggest buddies he has are bought. Yes, he pays them. We all know. We have seen them being paid to come and represent Mamanze. So you thought that he wouldn't sign it. And nice. Uganda Uganda reminds me of a certain thing I had on Zungululu. Was it Zungululu? Where a guy said Zendi mumalirivu nga katoko tabwe kasirira. I'm like, yeah, that is perfect representation of Uganda. Akatogo katoko tanga bwe kasirira kamalirivu. Bagenda bashima bagenda bawumpula bagenda bakuba bazadde bamwe babanoonya mbulwati social media badiya mugigende sirole but of course there are ways we can beat that law. There are very many ways. Amanya tugenda gachusa ebifaananyi tugenda lekerawo bikozesa naye nga tufaanana tugenda kozesa ebifaananyi ebifaanana ng'ebyabo kati ng'abalabye nanyini yaleeta gundi eyaleeta biiru yennyini mumutegedde oyo Mimokiro kati ye kyetulyo mukolera nti nze namuwadde erinnya Mimokiro ye twamufunidde ekifaananyi kya fish nga kirina emimwa bwe giti kati gwe bw'okipostinga you think we don't know. The thing about this law though is they put it in place to protect themselves from the harshness of society. But what it's going to do is imagine when you're standing somewhere and someone is subbing you. And you know it is you they are subbing, but you cannot even point a finger at them. Because when you go on Twitter and you say, Zex Viranji ani atamumanyi. Ani atamanyi Zex Viranji? If you don't know, type it in the comments. You don't know who Zex Viranji is? Just this 2 days ago, twaza dayo linyerirala. Paul Biya, ani atamanyi who Paul Biya is? But dear, tugenda bawa manya temufayo temweraliikirira. There are ways to go about any operation that comes your way. Mubere bagumu. Now you're going to learn how to tweet or to Facebook using hypotenuse, using hypotheticals. You're like, so hypothetically speaking, you're going to learn how to not use people's real names. You're going to learn how to be creative in your writing. It is a beautiful day in Uganda. I would like to tell you this. It's a beautiful day. Hey, Mama. I said, no. My dear Jacob, I don't want you to be fooled. Jacob is saying, and we shall use phones instead of computers. A phone is considered a computer. For all of you who are saying that we shall use our phones, not computer, because it says computer misuse, electronic, internet, kyonna kyekiri oba okozesa tablet oba okozesa simu oba okozesa PC bakutwala bajja kutwala mukwano kitegeera katugenda tandika okubayita amanya nga Land Road nze lyange lye namuwadde oli akyasinza okutwitinga gasiya buloolo nze namuwadde lya baby pombe oli mwana ayagala enguuli. Jesus is the Lord. Nze namuwadde eryange namuyise baby pombe. Atulinako obuzibu. You come and prove to us that you are called baby pombe. Come and prove to us that you are called Zex Viranji. Hey, tell us mbugwe yefumba. Tugenda koza sabuli kiramu. Oluzungu kati mugenda dubrashinga up, mugenda genda mu looking up terminologies. It's a beautiful day, I'm telling you. Beautiful day. I love it. Nze mwayitira baby pombe. Ate bwe muyita baby pombe temumumanyi. Kuba eryandunya ndaba nga liweddeyo kati bamuwadde amapya nze eryange lye namuwadde baby pombe. Not Pombe Magufuli. That was a very great man. We cannot mess up his legacy like that. Yeah. Buli omuntu genda mukwatira erinnya musaaga mmwe. Hey, me, I'm telling you, the law is there. It is there, and you know they are going to use it to only oppress you who want to say a lot. The ones who have nothing to say will be looked at. We're going to see so many cases of, segregation. It is going to happen. It is bound. Let's make peace with that. But then again, there's a silver lining in every dark cloud, my dears. There is a silver lining. I can't wait to see how beautifully you guys are going to grow when you learn how to write. Mugendo yigo kuandika. Mugendo kuyiga okubagabira amanya. We are going to start christening them on a daily. Tugenda kubera nezi baptism parties in Uganda every day. We are going to give every politician a name because our politicians have decided that they do not want to be criticized for not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They do not want to be criticized for being absolute garbage. So, we shall still do the criticism, but we shall give them different names. Yeah? Zex birangira nzinza nsanyula atali manyinza anti ndi wala tebasobola kunchiba kakati gwe kankuyambe tebakusiba. Zex birangira is the Speaker of Parliament. Which parliament I don't know, so that they cannot also come for me, but you know the Speaker of Parliament could be meaning the one in the UK. I'm teaching you something here. I'm teaching you something. When you say Speaker of Parliament, you don't specify which country, so that when they call you reasonable doubt, you're like, I didn't mean Uganda. I meant the Speaker of Parliament of the UK. Mumfuna. Mumfuna badia. Tugenda tandika ebintu bino biteekamu amagezi amayitirivu ate nkimanyi tugalina. I have faith in all of you. Yes. But dear, tebabasiba kuba ekituufu kiri nti they brought it to that babasibe. And most importantly, they brought this law because there is a clause in this law. Excuse me. There is a clause in this law that says if you are convicted, you may not run for office for a couple of years. That means they are cutting out the youth now, the youth who can make a difference then. Bagenda basala okukuba ebimwa byaffe tebimanyi kusirika ebimwa byaffe bino twagala nnyo okwogera. So they are like, let us put a clause. Ochitegeera gwe. But dear, we are going to be creative. I want us to work together. Sagala wulira mbu ate gundi bamuchimye. No. I will teach you bad manners. Don't worry. I will teach you how to rebel without rebelling. But it is a big rebellion. Where? Uganda woman. Jesus is the Lord and Savior. Kati oli nanyini kuleeta lo bwoba tomumanyi erinnya twamuyise Kagege naye waaki tumuyita Kagege eringa mpuuta. Wachi tatumuyita mpuuta? You don't know who Baby Pombe is. The first son is nkuyambye anti ze tebajja ku. You ask me which first son. I have a first son. The first son is Baby Pombe. Mpuuta / Ngege is the one who brought Dalo himself. Okay? Are we together? Zex Bidanjiranji is the Speaker of Parliament. Continue. Proceed. Give us more. Tugene masu. I love this because you see, when you create certain laws like this one in particular, when you create laws like this, what you're not putting in account for is that you are going to condition the society to look for better options. You're conditioning the society to even rebel harder, but to you think you're controlling it. No, you're not. You're teaching us how to go against the status quo. And I love it because in comes the dark web. Have you people thought about it? That this new Computer Misuse Act is actually going to give birth to the dark web. Yeah, we do have the dark web. It's on the law. It's on the law. It is on the law. But now, because of this, we are going to open up an entire social media. Tutrendinga naye nga atolooza balina kye basobola ngamba because they want to know where to find us. But dear, Emekako Queen, Jaribu, Mutegede, Amanya, keep the names going. Keep the names going. This is going to be fun. Just tag me whenever you give birth to. Whenever you get a new name, please tag a sister. Sagala baba sibe. Mubawa amanya. Kakati tugenda kuogeranga ludicha. You go on social media ngoli mu ludicha lwennyini. Ani agenda okusiba. Naye nga tefa abasoma. We know what we are reading. Naye betwogerako bagenda kumanya mbu betwogerako naye nga they cannot come for us, so it beats the purpose of the law. It's just so beautiful. I just love how these are kicks of a dying horse, if you ask me. These are kicks of a dying horse. Once you look at all the playbooks most dictators have had, and you look at the things they have belittled themselves to go and do in their final days, this is one of them. This is one of them. This is one of them. Kicks of a dying horse. So don't be scared when you see them starting to bring things like this. Understand that obudde bwabwe bugenda kolachi. Bujja. Sawa nabagenda. I know Mr. Besije says it. There are many Besiges, by the way. I have a cousin called Besije. So yes, my cousin Mr. Besije keeps saying Ajagenda, and we always make fun of him, but ekituufu kiri nti agenda, ajagenda. Mubudde bwe. Ajagenda tamutya. Is that Nancy? And Sanula. But then again about this Computer Misuse Act. As it was rolled out and we made fun of it, it was a good time on social media. It was hell of crazy, hell of funny. In walks a thought for me. Mujukida. I have a cough, so please excuse me if I kukuba rocket bati. Kasibwa Bashir, the most useless MP. Kasibwa Bashir. Yagamba agenda kubayira wa mubiri embwa yageze ne signinga. Tombuza Kazibwe Bashir kinyina muganda wange ku side ya jjajjange omuto gwe bayita Kazibwe Bashir. Kati simanyi ye gwalo wozaako naye omusajja oyo yagamba agenda tuyirawo omubiri. Yagamba agenda tuyirawo omubiri. He ended up going in the bed actually. Bamubisa ne bulangiti. Ninja actually signed the Computer Misuse Act. This same guy who was in media, this same guy who understands what journalism in our country is, went the hell ahead and he signed. Yabayiriddewo omubiri banaye mwebale kulonda. Ale Kampala mukiwulira chocha kitokota sikibike muli bamalirivu ng'akatogo bwe kasirira nga katokota mwebale kulonda. Omwana yabasayiningidde bbiri. I'm like, wow. Kazibwe yafuna entondo. Chai. This is just sad. He signed it. And then we took the time out because you see, we like to do our small, tiny investigations. So we were trying to find out which of our members of parliament, right? Which of our members of parliament signed this law, and god damn, they signed it. Even the ones that we thought wouldn't, them ninjas signed the hell out of it. But do you know why I can't fault them though? I can't fault the members of parliament that signed these deals. You know why? Because now, this is how it's in their favor. Now, if say, quote unquote, if say an opposition member, right? And let's be practical about this. If say an opposition member embezzled money or got money from the ruling party and it became such a very big scandal, we can't tweet about it. We can't do much about it. We shall just swallow and know he stole the money. But because of the Computer Misuse Act and me not knowing the entire facts, I cannot speak on it. So it is working in their favor for them. They feel they are now blanketed. Ochitegera. So I cannot fault these MPs because at first, whenever they would mess up, we would go on these social media platforms and blast them to kingdom come. We would, those are abakuza gravity felt it. Fire, moto, you gotta say it twice. Fire. But now, what they're gonna do, they are going to bagenda kuba. They are going to loot. They are going to steal. They are going to do anything they want to do. And we, the public, cannot criticize them. But it begs the question, if you took an office and you vowed you wanted to serve the public, how do you dare come out and say, no, I might be in public office, but I do not want the public that I am working for and the office that I am in to have the right to criticize me for doing something wrong against them? It's just stupid. It's a hell of bull. But the fact that all our beautiful, all our beautiful members of parliament sat down and they're like, yep, this works for us. Sign it, tugende mass. Tulina budde bwa kwonoona. We! Musaga mbwe. Musaga! Bakyatukuba. Bakyatukuba badiya bakyatukuba. But this Computer Misuse Act, it is going to be a film ya masasi. So I saw a couple of lawyers come out and they say, you know, they're going to contest it. And I'm like, yippee, hip hip hooray. Let's see. Let's see if they can contest it. Let's see if they can fight it and take it away, because to be honest, this is a huge infringement on your constitutional right, which is the right to freedom of speech. Now, I also see pro-government people and but actually saying that it's only the opposition people who are pissed off by this law because they don't want them to be silenced. And I say, but you can't keep saying it's only the opposition that is bothered by this law. No, it's everybody. It's everybody. Even you who is, they come up with these laws and then these laws bite them very fast. What was saying the Ugandan government or tribalism? There is a clause in this law that says you cannot say particular things about a group of people, a certain gender, targeted assaults about a people. Kakati bana batera okwagala okujja like Buganda this, Buganda that, bambi. Bakwate muganyige bwegati. Muganyige. Mugambe, we want you to answer for this. Oh, this is a good time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Mama, our children are going to sit back one day and your children will ask you, they're like, nae mama, mwali muli kuchi? And we shall say, why? Ave twali kuzungululu, twali tetubitegeera. Yali zungululu, it was a very, very crazy time. Yeah. I saw Kasabuni, oh sorry. I tell you go Twitter, ino mumanya. Tugenda bawa manya. Excuse me. I saw Uncle Kasabuni. Natero muwerinye ddala. Uncle Kasabuni, you know him if you're on Twitter. He's a very outspoken journalist. Yavudeyo nagamba, freedom of speech, but bano abantu tebagala babagambe kaba opposition, but tubagamba konga batuvuma. So yes, this law is a good thing. I'm like, but you see, that is why it's called freedom of speech. So that the opposer and the proposer all have a clean table where they can view out their thoughts without any one of them being triggered by any one of the other's opinions. That is why it's freedom of speech, that even if you are pro-government, you are entitled. If you can't hold your own and an opposer takes you, that is not our problem, is it? Like I usually see, I know I am one of those people who doesn't like at times when you say something about Nope, and then they come at you, they're like, no, the Messiah, you don't say that, never kuvuma, never kuvuma, never kuvuma. I'm one of those people who don't like that. But here's the thing, you have to be able to hold your own, because once you put out an opinion, you have to be able to know and understand that you are going to defend that opinion regardless of whatever is thrown at that opinion, because that is your opinion and you stand by it, and that's on period. Right? Right? So it always bugs me when NRM people are complaining that abana banupu babavuma nnyo. I'm like, it is okay. It's all about who wins, you know? Can you hold your own in an argument? If you can, throw your opinion out there. Throw it. Let's see you defend it, but don't be mad. It's like, you know, don't hate the game. Hate the player. It's that simple. It's even grounds for everyone, right? It's even grounds, but of course, nah. We only choose to have these open thoughts and conversations when there's situations like this. It's just so beautiful. Nzeba actually bansanyula nnyo. Atamanyi ba actually are those people mostly on Twitter who like to come up with an opinion whenever there's something being said. If it is about medicine, they are doctors. If it's about law, they are legal minds. You know, yeah. Woof, child. It was again this week. Computer misuse we can't finish that act. We cannot. Just to know, you have to start clear. You have to be very creative. It was in this week that I was flabbergasted. I had the audacity to shock myself and my system by finding out how many Mukene, yes, you know Mukene, it was this week that I found out that our president has close to 130 or 80 something presidential advisors. I was like, what? The president. Now, the president can be anybody, you know, still on this Computer Misuse Act, has 130 advisors or more or less, who knows? I was like, what are they advising him? Like, njagala mumbulire wamulaba ebigenda mu ggwanga, njagala kubabuuza, those 130 advisors or more or less, what are they, what is their advice? What are they telling this man? What I mean, if I was him at this point in time, I would fire every one of them. Now, don't forget, among these advisors, we had people like the foolish figure. Yeah, we had that one. We had her. We had the other boy, the one who used to be in the ghetto with our former with the which take it there. We shall work out these terminologies in time. What are they advising this ninja? Because either one not because I don't get it. Like, among these advisors, one, again, it was this week when I was shook. Ladies and gentlemen, I was shooketh. A letter was circulating social media, and the letter said that the president had appointed a particular person to be his advisor on indigenous cattle, and that they would be paid 15 million. Ona sina nyakana kuriro mcharo Gaju sina kanimba manya. I'm not a veterinary doctor, but I know that if Gaju looks like this and Sina looks like that and is wrong horn, 15 million. 15 million down. He's an advisor about indigenous cattle. No, hakchiro mnyankolo kumanyenta yeye. So should every mnyankolo get 15 million? Because we all know we are here breaking our backs, getting educations. Kumbe we can be advisors to the president. You can be a presidential advisor to the president on indigenous cattle. At this point, I think I can even be an advisor on birds. Depends on which birds. They would say that they are only existent in one place because Uganda has beautiful flora and fauna. It has beautiful flora and fauna. I could find something. I was like, man. It's just, where? I'm going to be a financial advisor or something. I'm just like, wow, my country. If you have that many advisors, let me ask Ngafala, does it mean obwongo bunafu nnyo gwe tosobola kwerowolereza oba it is something else? I'm just or is it him doing the advising? Because you know it could be flipped two ways. I'm just, But dear, Uganda, Jirabe Duka, if you get a chance to leave, please stay out. Stay out. We need, you see, me, I divorced my country. I realized that I needed a separation. I understood that the relationship was very toxic between me and my country, and I decided to take a time out because then maybe I might look at it from a different angle and salvage whatever we have left, because God damn it. Hey, way. 130 presidential advisors. I think we need to find out how many each country has. Yeah. I mean, we could be here making noise about it and it's not such a big deal, right? There's that possibility. No weekends, it is again in this same week that Baby Pombe let it sleep. Baby Pombe let it sleep that they gave out 3 billion Ugandan shillings, billion, B for bread, 3 billion, to be spent on influencers for the Baby Pombe project. I was like, say what? 3 billion? For you to become what? For us to know that your baby Pombe, come on. Somebody needs to wake up Baby Pombe and tell him, look here, you have tried. You have paid everybody you can pay. The fact of the matter is you are the least liked person. And this is no cap. I have not seen someone that is not that liked. People can stand her. That should show you. Baby Pombe is one of the least liked people. He is the butt of the joke. Baby Pombe. Baby Pombe can try it all. He has been going on Twitter rants, and this is something I wanted to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, because I think we're giving these rants on Twitter a lot of power, but we need to first back away and understand why these rants are back to back to back and why they are letting them go on, because some of them are just plain fucking annoying. Some of them are plain fucking disrespectful. Some of them, and most of them, are very, very tribalistic, are way too political, are divulging status, security statuses. But ask yourself, right? Why are they letting them go on? Now, we talked about, right? We talked about distractions, but I feel like this is not a distraction per se. If it's a strategy, I am trying to understand it. I have tried to read The Art of War and find if this strategy is in there, and it ain't there, but I'm still doing research, right? What exactly is going on? You all saw what he did, I think, yesterday and the day before. He's on Twitter. He's a married man. And he is sending photographs of random girls got off Google and talking about how he wants them to be arrested for disturbing his mind. Makiu, Baby Pombe, is married to the chief god incarnate of corruption in Uganda. Amtegede, put up your hand. Who is the god of corruption in UG? Whose name do you find in everything? I did an episode about this, I think, 2 years. There is a god incarnate of corruption in Uganda. Yes, he is married to that one. He is married to his daughter. But he came. Fifi the queen in Kulaba baby. Inabye yagala okwogera naye etteeka lyatwongedde. Bajja kusiba. Baby girl bajja kusiba. He came on Twitter and he's posting up photographs of women. He is making it sexist. Now, you also have to understand that why we take these tweets very seriously, because I've seen people try to come out and defend him like, oh, that is his personal space and he can do whatever he wants. But there's one thing you forget. When you have a certain ranking in the army, when you have a certain public office, there are certain things you cannot do, whether it is your space or not, because the people are forever going to look at you in line with that office or in line with that rank in public or whatever it is that you are. So he's on Twitter posting up females, reducing them to just sexual objects and cows, because he always says he will give them cows. Yan is not stupid. Like nothing, zero. I can't even say they poured porridge ngaha. Nothing. It is just a vacuum. One vacuum, nothing inside there. And everybody was like, oh, here he goes again. It's going to be a long weekend. And he always does it towards the weekend. If it is a distraction, we get it. There's a lot going on. If it is a strategy to try and win over the people, well, he is only going to win us over in the sense that, right, we are going to follow your account, not because we believe in you, but because we want to see you make a joke out of yourself, because it's entertaining, to be honest. It is really, really entertaining for us to watch him do that bullshit. So we will follow him. But when it comes to those numbers translating into anything bigger than a social media following, do y'all see that growing? Let me give you a case in point. Y'all have seen these social media socialites who have, say, 5 million followers, right? But then when a time comes and we want the following to translate into actual numbers, you'll have seen that clip of the Nigerian socialite who had a crazy following on social media, and then she decided to host a party for all her people and nobody effing showed up. So I'm trying to figure it out. Work with me here. If you have a strategy, holla at your girl, because I'm trying to know. Trying to know what's going on exactly. Is it a strategy? And if it is a strategy towards what? Because case in point, instead of us liking you, we are actually looking at you as the joke that you are. Because now, as a Ugandan, I feel every time I'm going to go on any other country's social platform, I am the butt of the joke, because they do not segregate and say he is alone in this nonsense. No, he is a perfect representation of Uganda, because when he stands up on these platforms, he does not speak as I, Baby Pombe. No, he speaks as Uganda. Do you people follow me? Now, if you've been looking at what's been happening with our people in Kenya, they've been clowning us. Oh, they have been clowning us like a nonsense. And what bugs me the most, why everyone was like, oh, your opinion doesn't count. Nigga, it does. It does. My opinion counts, because if I come out here and I say I'm Ugandan, you remember back in the day when you would say you're Ugandan, for those people who used to travel, and the very first thing that they would ask you was, oh, Idi Amin? Guess what? We got a new fool. We got a new fool. We got Bobo the Clown. We got Bobo the Clown up in here, because now when you say anything of, where are you from? You're like, Uganda. They're like, oh, you mean the tweeting general? Sad, right? It's sad. So yes, we do have the right to speak on it, but I want to know, what exactly is going on? And who is giving him this strategy? Because you see, he wants to, and this is what I thought about. They are trying to grow his accounts, right? They're trying to grow his accounts so that when an election does come, they can almost just try to justify those numbers. So be smart, Badia. View his shit, do not follow it. Because they're finding every way to try and say, you can't tell us, right, that a guy who has 30 million followers cannot garner this many numbers in an election. Are you following? Kubakati is a strategy ngenda nje breaking it down. Pola. This is not propaganda. Njagala tuju breaking it down. We're together here. Let's try to see. What is the point? What is it, a strategy? Is it just him being stupid? Is this just him being his regular self? Because we all know that's his regular self. He ain't shit. What is it? So, say an election comes. Excuse me. Say an election comes, right? And each of his social media platforms has a garnering good, say, 20K, no, 1.5 million. I don't even know, because still, but do you see that they're trying to find a way to justify his win? They're trying to find a way to justify this win. And you're none the wiser. Because the more he keeps being talked about, the more he trends on socials, right? Are you mufuna oba ngenze mangu? Mufuna bwemba ngenze mangu, let me know nkomewo. Because it's something off. You cannot allow to be the joke of the joke. Honestly speaking, you cannot. He up on Twitter talking about, and this is where I got my red flag from, right? Sorry. This is where the red flag came for me. The red flag was when he tweeted yesterday and he was like, I can beat Bobby Wine in an election, a free and fair election. I was like, I get it, but guy, your own father, who has ruled the nation for all these years, was shaking in his boots over this young blood. Your own father stood up against him in an election that we all know was probably not free and fair, because we also went down. But even your father, who has been running this nation, was shaking in his boots over this young blood. Then you, the least liked, wants to come and tell us. I don't know if he's telling us or he's telling himself. Because I think at times this boy is so delusional. Yeah, I'm going to call him a boy. He's not a man. At times this boy is so delusional that he sits back and starts to think of himself in the third person. So at times I don't know if he's telling himself or if he's telling us. He goes like, I can beat him in a fair. And I was like, where? Okay. Where? If you have not bought them, if you have not given them a free meal, if you have not threatened them, if you have not told them that this will happen, who is going to come to your spoiled brat behind head? Who? Because let's face it, we all know. Eugene, I know you're telling me that Trump and Boris used the same strategy. They were clowns of, they were clowns to it. But you see, you have to understand, Boris and Trump come from totally different economies and they come from totally different societies. The wants and needs of an American are totally different from the wants and needs of an African. And your outreach. Because let me make you laugh, you who is saying that Boris and Trump used the same strategy. They were clowns and people voted for them. It will shock you that not even, I don't think Tuweza 3% of Uganda on the internet. Also, the people that actually vote are the muntu wa wansi ali emanga ebukoma nsimbi. They take that ish very seriously. They take that ish very seriously. While us, the actualies in the cities, what do we do when it is election time? It is a perfect time, because for us, we look at it as a public holiday. The numbers that are voting are elsewhere. But why is he doing the most with the least? Montegera. So I made a conclusion. It's not him running this. No, he could be the one typing. That looks just like him. When you read his tweets, you honestly just juxtapose him. And when I saw him giving a speech that it was a written speech and he couldn't read it. When you read the tweets versus the person, you're like, yeah, they go together. But I think someone sat down and coined him a strategy, and they're like, we can't just come out of nowhere and this project is a success. We have to make it look like we are winning over the masses. So we're going to be the butt of the joke, because when we're the butt of the joke, talkability is going to be on us. We're going to be trending every weekend. They're going to call us drunkards. They're going to say we're all of this and all of that. Meanwhile, they're going to keep giving you a higher rank. And with the ranking that they're giving him, they're strategically placing him in a point where he can easily say, I have earned the right to be your commander-in-chief. But we all know, this same guy who says he has been in the army doing the most, I don't know if the army and all these wars he talks about are in Tinder bars, because we have seen him at way too many bars within the years. Chitegera. There's something off. Yeah, most of you, I see all of you saying it could be the other kawana kavalinyo. You see, when you look at the statistics of 55 net, mumumanyi. Some of you are saying that is his strategy. Could be. Because it is definitely not Balaam. It's definitely not Balaam. Balaam cannot be that smart. Which Balaam? My cousin. He cannot be that smart. So, something is off. Excuse me. Something is really off. And it's intentional. If you notice, he starts the tweeting on a Thursday and it escalates on a Friday. And then it keeps escalating on a Saturday. Then Sunday is when he comes, he's like, I was just making jokes. But he has taken away your whole week on the internet where you could have decided to do other things. There's so much going on in the country. But we'll take a minute from it, especially on Twitter, because he has itchy Twitter fingers. Because he's always on Twitter on those days. At Twitter, actually abatera okulabisa. I noticed Bobby Wine said the same thing. Now, are you people connecting these numbers? I saw Bobby Wine say the same thing, and he was like, whatever you do, use Twitter, because Facebook won't do much. But Twitter, so what does he do? They go to Twitter, he becomes the butt of the joke, he becomes Bobo the clown, he engages all of you from a Thursday to a Sunday, all throughout the week. You won't say much. You will just be there making fun of what he's saying. We'll throw shade at him, call him names, but he is achieving what exactly he wanted. So, are we together in this classroom? Tuliwam, do you all understand where I'm coming from, or is it just me with my, my delusions of grandeur? Chitegera. But dear, something is off. Naye tujja kuddayo edda. Nze just mbeera njagala mbakangemu kayala mbagambe this is where I am. Like I said, the name of this show is My Random Thoughts. These are thoughts that randomly pass through my head. If you take them for anything more than random, Gwamanyi naye nga baby. Nze mbategeerera at times. Musajja abakuba tweet ne mwerabira n'ebirala ebigenda ku TL ne mwerabira ono yabbye ssente ono baamukutte n'ono gundi yakoze kino president yasayininze kiri nga muli awo. It's intentional. When I took a minute after the very first ones where he tweeted garbage and then I took a minute out, I'm like, no, this is intentional. This is something that is being done with the intent for something. So y'all better understand this. You're going to follow him. They're either going to, it's many options with this thing, by the way. Many options. Either they can justify his win when an election is put, popularity contest, distraction. There are so many ways they are going about this, but they have decided this project is a go. And what killed me about his tweets, as much as I know they're a bunch of bollocks, but there's something about those tweets that just made me read into it. When you read the subliminals in these tweets, they tell you exactly what's going on. Ninja comes on and he says, "No, baby pombe zampomera." It's just fun. It's just fun. He comes on and he says, "My father, the king, my king." I'm like, oh. So according to Baby Pombe, right? According to Baby Pombe, Uganda is not, it is a monarchy. Yeah, it's a monarchy. And what happens in monarchs? When this one dies, when the king or queen dies, someone has to ascend to the throne. So according to him, in his mind, he is literally telling you Ugandans subliminally that there will not be an election. There will not be anything to stand by the constitution. He is going to just ascend to the throne. Because according to him and his family, given what he is portraying, they consider it a monarchy. So at times, as much as I am looking at all the different angles, I go to the tweets themselves and they subliminally tell me the strategy within. Tetujimanyi bulungi naye tujja strategy mu budde. See, the higher a monkey goes, the more it exposes its bottom. So let us let it go higher. Let it go high. Nze binsanyula. Huh? They are in Rwanda now. I don't want to get into I don't want to get into that. Yeah, he has a son. Baby Pombe has a son who is almost 20 years old. And his Twitter handle is representing. But then also, have you noticed, there's a clip I saw of our president up somewhere. It was up country and he was gathering grass to go thatch a school. I was like, but you're going to grass thatch a house and a hut. You're calling it a school. Meanwhile, your children do not even study in the country. They study from abroad. Your grandchildren are also abroad, but Ugandans should let you have a photo op moment of you carrying grass to go thatch a tin can, calling it a school. 40 years in power. African dictators humble you. Like our thought process, Our thought process as a people humbles me. Africa. I can't even only just put it past, Uganda. It is Africa in a general. It is just, it's different. It's interesting. It's a new law every day. Like we wake up every day and we're like, how low can we go? If it was a song, how low can you go? How low can we go? Then Uganda comes and it is like lower than you can. We hit a new freaking low every day. Remember when I used to tell you being Ugandan is an extreme sport? Yep. They should add it to 1,000 ways of how to die. Number one, be Ugandan, because this life, no balance. No balance. But yeah, like I was saying, look at those tweets, and I want you to look at them in the sense of this is a popularity contest. They are doing it intentionally. It's not that he is off the bar. It's not that he is off the rails. It's not that he is ungovernable. It's not that he is just being himself. No, it's intentional. When you see him go on those Twitter rants, it's intentional. Be smarter than that. Be smarter than that, my people. Kitegeera. Si byangu. Otherwise, I hear the president is talking. What has he said so far? Hit me up in the comment section. I heard you guys have an impending lockdown. Ebola. Someone actually told me the numbers are not numbering. They are reporting others. The actual ones are different. There's money involved. Let us know what's happening with the Ebola situation. Let us know. Man, chike cha Uganda. Lero tagenda bapimira buwunga. But man, Uganda hits a low. Every time I look at that photo of Chikofida with his knife and the weighing scale and Kahunga, I'm like, but why? How do we explain that to our grandchildren that, mommy, Jaja, what was happening in this image? I think this was your president. And then you're like, so you see, in the year 2020, there was a global pandemic. And our president showed up on national television with a knife and mingled kaunga. I just want to know, the chef who was mingling that kaunga, they told him, haza orausie, twendola usie akakahunga kinokuba soft because he's going to cut it on national television. Yes, make sure you bring a right weighing scale. I'm like, what the hell, man? That was so embarrassing. Way. Nedda. We hit a new low every day. No. But dear, I bet you when we start to count so many, the ways we have been embarrassed as a people, as a sovereign nation, tezigwayo. But of course, the people in the ruling party will tell you, you are just muteka wembera. I usually see them saying it, they're like, bano just the opposition, bagala nyo kuteka wembera. Like as though when they're embarrassing us, for them, they put them in another corner and they're like, hi, we are only embarrassing these ones. You are exempt. Man. This life, ata mzungu yaleta lockdown bana itumuwe mule. Because now they are going to start using it. So we have a lockdown for Mubende and Kasada. Nabagambye oli yaja mu malirivu ngachi nga katogo kasirira bwe katokota. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. You know life. Jirabe duka. Sometimes I'm humbled. But I know a lot did happen. Oh, by the way, let me ask. Catherine Kusasira Alikuchi. What's going on with her? I wanted to also tell you about the strategies that these people have learned over the years. What they do, they pledge their allegiance to Sevo. When they pledge that allegiance, right, they will do so much nonsense. They will take loans, they will eat money, they will go and waste, because when they do these photo ops, it makes people understand, right, that they have a higher ranking in society. They have access to the president of the nation. How are you going to say no to giving this person a loan, especially when we come from a country where it has been made it is an open thing for the president to just wake up in the morning and say, quarter cent, quarter cent, quarter cent. So they do that. They get this social standing with the president. They go mess up, take loans, eat money, do whatever it is that they have to do because they know they are going to be able to make more. So how do they make more? After they mess up like that, they know they can't afford to pay these loans back, by the way. They know, look at them. Time immemorial, how many times has he met them, given them cows, given them land, given them money, given them cars, handouts, basically. They do it intentionally. So what they do is that they go mess up and then come back crying. Because when they come back crying, he doesn't want it to look bad on him. Because as a party, they want to make everyone believe now we can fix any situation. So they go mess up, then they come and cry. We don't, you see, we were with you, and then he's like, okay, hush, quiet. Nabanja, call this one and give her some small money so that their social standing stays the same and them as it's their PR stand. And these artists and all these socialites who have used to getting handouts from the president do it intentionally. But I want to ask, and this is, I was looking at a certain comedian, you know, vowing and pledging their allegiance. They're like, you see, we like these people, our new president to be blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. While the biggest majority are crying and they are not happy, you're here gloating openly how you support whatever it is that they're doing. While people's children are being abducted, you know, while the economy is in the dogs the way it is, well, everything that's going on, you're here on social telling us, you know, I believe in this. I'm like, you're allowed to. It's your right. It's your prerogative to decide who you want to, you know, follow. But my question is, say we wake up one day and this same person who has been enabling you with tiny handouts, you know, they give you state functions to make money off, tenders, you name it. What happens when we wake up one day, and this ruling party is not the party anymore? Because omuntu wa wansi agenda okubeeramu eno government empya. Sorry, I'm trying to put this on charge because you all complained last time that I forget to charge my other gadget and it goes off, especially for TikTok. My question though, munakola mutya nga tebakyali mu power? Are you going to run to these same people who you were clowning? Are you going to run to the same people who you made fun of and ask them for handouts? Or muli bamalirivu? Abana bamwe mwabajjedda mu countries, they are studying abroad, you know, you can easily go to exile. Muli bamalirivu bwe mutyo. Because we saw this. I remember my dad used to tell me stories about the war and how things changed with all these big shots who are in the war and how their fortunes change in a night. Like we wake up one day and they're like, bawambye wano. Immediately, you know, your life has changed. Your children's lives have changed. Kufana kuona. Muli bamalirivu. Okay. Tetubalinako buzibu. You're allowed to, you know. Mwagale gwe mwagala naye bintu bwe bigaana abantu nga Catherine Kusaasira bambi temujja ne mutusinikirako binnyo. Mukisussa bambi, mukisussa. Kitegeera? Because I'm wondering why she came to us crying, yet she knows oluguudo talumanyi olugenda ku State House. BLQ, I never understood BLQ, but you're a damn fool if someone is going to sell you an idea like that. You're a fool. Someone tells you you can deposit this much and not withdraw. You don't play with money like that. The only place where money is safe is with you. Not even in a bank. What was that bank they closed? Mwabiraba. But anyway, like I say, someone tell Catherine, alekera okutusinikira ebinyo. Okay? Yeah. Alekera otusinikirako ebinnyo. She knows the route to State House when she was going to pick wads of money and take photographs and do tiny videos on Facebook back in the day. She did not ask for our help. She did not ask for a camera moment from us, right? So let her go ahead and do the same thing. Agendeyo. Agendeyo bannange. Lekera otukubya omutwe. Ashbag kataliwa waliwo yangamba ali yatunda ngatto mu wino. Not knocking his hustle because it's also a hustle naye nga Ashbag nga yavuma abantu. Ashbag nga yatonga yawaana NRM. Banaye Ashbag nga yayogera. Ka toothpick. Ashbag nga yayogera NRM. My lord, Ashbag would just be on social media. Ye mala nafuna n'obuvumu. Najja ne ku Twitter nga ate oluzungu lwe tulumanyi lwakulusaniya pick and play. Nga buli wagenda, you cannot touch us, we are winning, we are this, we are that, uyo laba lengera aliwa. Aliwa badia. Oyinza osanga nga ne Zalenti talina mukwano. Nga n'ekyokulya talina ate nga tewacha. Ate there is one thing, waliyo okukotogera okugenda okulaba president. Nze waliwo be nali nnyumyanga nabo ate nze bino mbyogera mu lwatu because there are people who know these people. There are people who know who makes these appointments. There are those who have gone. Kitegeera? Okukotogera okuli kukumiitinga president w'eggwanga nti ye maama kiddukiro ky'aboonoonyi. Mama. Kwe beeroga beevuma beekuba ekkono beesambye eggere kiri wali. Even these people kati Balamu yali mujjukira Balamu nga yali nnyo mu nsawo ya Museveni nga buli kimu abakomanda Balamu yamala n'alaba nga ebinaagenda mu president enkokola nnyingi n'agamba kaŋŋende ewa Baby Pombe. Kino kisiru nja kibuzaabuza kimpe buli kyenjagala. Ng'omugezi bw'abeera n'adduka n'agenda ewa Baby Pombe where he has more right to say. Naye so we shall be here watching. Ashbag yavuma buli kiramu, you people. Muva ku Ashbag, my ninja. I love Jaja Ichuli, by the way. He's my person. Mwagala naye, one of these days I want to call Jaja Ichuli mubuze, but what was the motivation? Nga yavuma buli kiramu. Then all of a sudden I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait, he sentence agwawo immediately and he switched sides that quick. Wow. But the politics of my country is disgusting. The politics of my country is very childish. When you look at the other countries around us, I always like to use Kenya as an example, and people don't understand it. No, it's not because I am married to a Kenyan. No, it is because when I look at Kenya, when I look at Tanzania, I'm not going to say much about Rwanda because it's still a dictatorship like ours, but it's a growing dictatorship. You get? It is, we have a dictator, but they make sure we have everything we need. Good schools, good roads, good country. We're doing the most. It's, you know, growing dictatorship for me right there. But when I look at Kenya and I look at Tanzania and look at how their politics has grown from strength to strength to strength to strength, those are the only two countries I can juxtapose us with. Because we're three big countries in the east of Africa. That is Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, right? So look at how progressive Kenya's politics is. Of course, it does have its issues too. It really does, like any other country. Every country has its issues. But politics omukulu omumanyi. They have a maturity to their politics. They understand that this is not a laughing issue. They understand that a sovereign nation should have this and that and be like this and that. And all their politicians, regardless of the ones who want to embezzle, loot, or do whatever, their first line is to actually serve the people. And because they're in a federal system, ababbi babba katono tono. So what they do, they now have left to be like, you're either from the first families, you know, the hierarchy families that are there, or you're into business with the first family and they're buying stuff from you or something like that. Like, bono kubba kwabwe, kuli kule vondala. In Uganda, tuchaba pennies. When I say it is a progressive political situation in Kenya, I even mean even their looting. I mean even their corruption. It's on a kuntiko. Like their economy is on a whole nother level, that even their politics has no option but to be on a whole nother level. Kenya surprises me that their private sector can survive on its own without help from the government comfortably, because the private sector is where all the money is. In Uganda, you don't even have a private sector. It's a lie. Of course, they tell you that they have it, but it's funny to me when someone even says in Uganda we have an economy. It's not an economy. It's a marketplace. It's not an economy. It's a marketplace. I like that mature politics, whereby even the arguments within the political system in Kenya are totally different. There is a maturity to them. Naye ffe tukyali mu politics wa Nabanja shows up at functions with a sack of money. Like as though we have never heard of EFTs. Like as though we have never heard of checks. But dear, our politics is so childish. It's so childish. It's disgusting. But do you know what pisses me off the most? Is that we are letting it happen. And of course, we're going to say, what do you want us to do? Well, it makes us look like jokes. Man, Kenya rips through us anytime we have something. And when you look at the way they're making jokes about us, when you look at the memes they use, honestly speaking, they're not anywhere far from the truth. They clown us using the truth. They make jokes about us. They make jokes about our politicians. They make jokes about our economy. They make jokes about our education system. And they're not far from the truth that you can't even retaliate. We are a joke. Big ass joke. But when you look at us, we as Uganda actually have the potential to surpass Kenya and Tanzania because we have a lot more going on for us. But these people have managed to learn how to use the little they have to work for them. All the big companies in the world are in Kenya because it's a stable economy. It's an economy that keeps growing and growing and growing. Meanwhile, in Uganda, they are leaving. Big people come, big companies come, they try to invest, then they understand that if we're investing in this economy, the common man who we're trying to get this for cannot even afford it. And then the governance itself is going to frustrate it. So these businesses are left with no option but to close shop. Google, Kenya. The most weird one, that is not even should be a big deal, but it hurt me. There is Fenty, Rihanna's brand, was launched in Kenya, but it wasn't launched in UG. They are our neighbors. It's a 45-minute flight. Farm. Man, I don't know if you all sit back and you're like, I wish we could do better. I wish we can be better. How can I help us be better? Our systems cannot even allow us to be better. Chitegera. In Kenya, you're not going to hear mbubano baganyo basasula emyezi jiweze etano myake na nedda. Because it's a federal system, they're going to ask you why are the people in your region not paid, and the money is there because when they collect those taxes for that place, they are supposed to feed whatever is in that place. The government will look into the education sector and pay for particular things. They have to be available there for these children. So the government makes sure they are paid on time. Your country cannot even pay your teachers on time. But they can let the prime minister show up in a village like Kayunga with almost 60 billion to just give out handouts and keep y'all as oppressed as you can be. Because you see, keep a man poor and he will forever be answerable to you. And I honestly think in Uganda, your politicians are doing it intentionally. Keep a man poor and he will forever be answerable to you. It's like when you're a child in a home, as long as your parents are paying, your bills, you can say shit. You can't say shit. So, I personally believe the only way we can fix whatever it is that is broken with us, one, we need an overhaul for the constitution. We need to get our constitution and dump it in the toilet. The same way Kenya did. Kenya woke up in the morning and they're like, you know what, this constitution, you're going to too late today. You know what happened when they had that election? Was that in 2017? 2007. In 2007. When they hacked each other to death. When they came from that, they decided to do away with their old constitution for good. Took it away. And built something that was going to function in the time, in this moment. We can't be using a constitution from forever away. This is Africa. You see, in these American countries, they can stay on their old constitutions because their systems were put in place the right way. We follow their systems, so it works for them. But for us, they gave us constitutions that they thought would work for us in that time. And they were supposed to. But now we are in this time, and that's why you keep seeing them get amended on a daily. Wamputa yazena abawereza Computer Mismanagement Act. When you break down this act, he was on TV and he couldn't even answer himself. He couldn't answer particular questions, simple questions. There are acts, there are laws already in place that did not even require for us to have this Computer Misuse Act, but they had to make it one because they needed a narrative that works for them. Because when you talk about child pornography, we have it in the Constitution buried somewhere. The Computer Misuse Act itself is somewhere in the Constitution, but they felt they needed to amend it just to add a few clauses. Like, bongerako clauses, tonyo bwebuti. Obusobola kunyigirizanga gwe omuntu wa wansi. So, one, everybody has been asking, Tina, what do you think we should do? One, we need to get over and done with this constitution. Two, you want a progressive country? The only way to go is a federal system. Stop lying to yourself that federalism is for Uganda. Please, you have phones. Use Google for the right things. Look at the styles of governance in the world. A federal system does good for any country it has been placed in. You can never go wrong. Trust me. Because you see, with federal, each region is going to be responsible for itself. Let's say northern Uganda. If we are in a federal state, Northern Uganda itself as a region will have its own hospitals, its own schools, and all the taxes collected from there will cater to all these tiny things. They'll build their own roads, they will have their own schools, they will pay their own teachers, they will make sure that that region caters to itself to a point that nobody has to go to the central government and ask for anything. But what we are doing now is that even when we want the smallest thing, we have to look for Museveni and ask him, sir, can we do this? Sir, we need to do this. Sir, we need to do this. But in a federal system, think about it. Let's say you are in Kampala Central, under federal. All the taxes you collect in Kampala Central will be able to cater to Kampala Central alone. You won't need backing from the government. You won't need anyone's backing. The taxes alone, your revenue will cater to your roads, your education, your schools, your everything, whereby you can stand and say, in this county, our children go to school at 9 p.m. And you do not need to go to the central government to ask for their permission. It is vice versa. The central government has to come to your regions to ask for permission to do anything. So which means no one has absolute power. Right now we have one person with absolute power. And that's where the problem is, because everybody gets drunk on power at some point. Believe it or not, even if it were you, a local man, you will get drunk on power somehow, somewhere. But under a federal system, just think about it. It is vice versa. The federal states don't have to go to the central government to ask for permission to do anything. It is the central government that has to come to the states and ask them for permission to do anything. Which means indirectly the power is within the people, meaning your MCAs, your governors, your local district guys, your RDCs, all of them have to stay within that part of your region, and they will be responsible. Accountability will be there. If the school is not built within that region, you know who exactly to hold accountable. But now, if a school is not built in the region, we are not going to know who to hold accountable. We talk to the RDC takes us to the cow takes us to the minister takes us to the president. It's a long chain of nonsense, a long unnecessary chain. It is just a chain for one person to continue holding power. It's not necessary. Read up on what federalism is. It is not a Buganda thing. Federal cuts states. That's what they do. Each region will have a state. If the Baganda have their own state, that is their state. They will see fit what they want for their state. If they can grow their state and it becomes better than Bunyoro, you can't hate on them. Because for them, in their state, they will use their taxes. They will use their governance in that state to better their state. So it gives every region a fair chance to grow. Which together. And there's a reason why the government made sure that you people don't understand what a federal state is. There's a reason why they made it about Buganda, so that they can create enmity. Because they know, if you asked for it, if Uganda got up and said, tulibako twagala federo, tewajja kubeerawo omuntu abagamba mbu bano bagundi be baleeta kino, bano batwala kino, no. It will be an equal playing ground for everybody. Every state will be directly responsible for its growth. And that, my dear ladies and gentlemen, is how you will have a country that is progressive. But these are conversations we don't want to have. No, we don't. Someone was like, Tina, your YouTube is never going to grow because you're only talking to Ugandans. It's okay. I'm not here to grow my YouTube. But I do know that I want to grow my nation. So yeah, I may not have 200k subs who are just watching me walk around naked, or me going around to show you how life is good. Ebigasa, that's vanity. Think about it. Just think about it. I know most of you are lost in translation whenever this federal thing comes up. Mugamba abaganda bajja tufuga nedda tewali agenda bafuga mugenda kwefuga. Federal systems are actually where the coined phrase people power will come into play. But if you stay on a central governance, it is going to be one ninja, and I don't care who it is. It could be Mugisha Muntu, it could be Bobby Wine, it could be Sevo, it could be Baby Pombe. It doesn't matter. If you consolidate power in one person, at some point, power will corrupt them. But take away that power and keep the power for yourselves. Let us know that Busoga this year made this much money. They built their roads, built their schools, paid their teachers, paid their nurses without us having to say, Museveni tuyambe osasuleba civil workers. In a federal state, you will never hear things like that. Gwe Kenya obi wulirayo. Or wulirayo zi union mbubaganyo tusasula. No. Because each region is directly responsible to catering to itself. Nobody has to go to the central government begging bananga amakubo geno mutuyambe mugakole. Tusaba government yetuyambe teriyo mu federal. Tusaba government yetuyambe teriyo mu federal tebabibalimba. Bwe mufune federal wane Uganda mulabe. 4 years of federal in my country, you will be shook. You will be shook at the growth each region will have. But people have decided to keep their eyes on the Lord. Tuchali mwono politics watu agala president yono nedda mlekera okusaba president musabe federal. Musabe federal. Bana your life will be different. Musabe federal muve kubyaba president, but I don't know how to emphasize this. There is a reason why they took away civics and political education from school curriculums. Ask yourself why. Ask yourselves why. Bananga, I can't keep telling you these things all the time. They cannot begin teaching you the systems of governance in your schools or teaching them to your kids, because that's how then you will rise up and say, we do not want this, we want that. They cannot educate you on the federal system because they know if they do, you will rise up and say, no, we don't want this, we want that. Stop thinking about which president is going to change the system. Every human being gets corrupted with power. Be it you, be it me, be it your favorite politician. Once they get power, they get corrupted. And that's the plain truth, and you all know it. You know it. 2 things we only need to do to fix my country. We don't need a new president. Just 2 things. Scrap your constitution as it is right now. Scrape it. And number 2, which is the most important, ask for federal governance. That's the truth. That's the truth. Educate yourselves on the systems of governance out there. But dear, it is not supposed to always be that we have to kusaba government yetu yambe. Abebu dudaba enkuba ziba tutte government yetu yambe. Abebu soga envunyu zitutwala government yetu yambe. Abe Kampala pothole zitutwala government yetu yambe. Abasomesa tebanaba kusasulibwa myaka 5 government yetu yambe. Abananse tebafunye PPE bafa bagenderera. Yeah, it is civics, not physics. I got that twisted. They took away civics. Civics. Which one of you did civics? If you're in this generation, tell me you did civics. Political education, mwamu komadi. So, let me tell you. We have to sit down as a collective and decide that we want better. The only way we're going to get better, right, is under a federal law, because then accountability is at the grassroots. Accountability will be at the grassroots. Now, I do not know the processes that will go into us deciding, 1, we want a new constitution, 2, we want to switch up on the system of governance. I need to talk to my lawyer friends to figure that out. But that is the only way. All the inequalities you're seeing, all the inequalities in your country that you're seeing, that is the only way they are going to go. That is the only way. Because even if we get a new president today, the inequalities have been with us for 40-something years. To fix them is going to take another lifetime. It will take us a lifetime to just fix and correct if we get a new president. But if we get a governance system like federal, we don't even have to do much, because we're just going to start fixing everything every year. Every year, each region will say this is how much we made. I know most of you don't understand. You look at the United States of America. That is a federal system. That is why you can see the president will have a directive and he wants to do something, but he can't do nothing until the governors and the different folks in these different states agree to it. America runs on a federal system, in case you didn't know, if you want to understand what federalism is. So just take the time out. Each one, teach one. Take the time out. Read up on these things. Read up on them. You see, it's easy for us to just be here making noise. Again, there, tukoye. But if we are not informed with the right knowledge, chabwerere. Kuba n'omulala anajja. I hate to break it to you. Naye atuuka obudde n'afuuka ekizibu. Because it is just us. That is how we were created as human beings. Elijah is asking, how will governors of states in federal systems be immune to corruption? Okay, I can't begin breaking down for you how it works. But just help me, Bob. Take a minute, use your phone or your laptop and find out how the whole governance system is structured, because here you have direct accountability. Say if your MCA releases money and your governor takes the money, or if the governor releases money and the MCA takes the money, MCA is like your LC chairman. Oh, by the way, and the beautiful thing about about federal is that your LC chairman has more power than your governor. Watch him, kuba yabeera ku grassroots. But I know it's all jumbled up right now, but since we all have the internet, right? We all have the internet. Let's use it. Read up on these systems, right? Read up on these systems. They are all for us. They decided to make federalism in Uganda a taboo, and they painted it wrong that Buganda wants federalism. And if they get federal, it will be Buganda and Baganda to rule us. No. No. It's just that the Baganda knew about federalism because at some point, in case you don't know, in your history, we were once a federal state as Uganda. Look it up. Look it up. And the Baganda knew how it worked well for them. That is why whenever they're asking for federal, Baganda bebasooka okuyimirira. Kubabo bagitegeera, yabakolera. At one time in your history as a country, you were a federal state. So they sat down and they're like, this is too much power given to the people. We want to consolidate the power. What do? We mystify federalism. We make it taboo. We ethnically put these people against each other so that it can never work. And they did it successfully. Kirira mu park e Uganda, osanga abasajja ba boda abali mu kasaako batano, obagambe waki temwagala federal. Olyoka otuula owulirize reason zaabwe. Ojja kutya? Ojja kutya? Ojja kutya? It was intentional. But we're in a new era. We have access to information. And this is what pisses me off about the journalism in my country, is that even the people who are in the political circles, because they are also the type who want to consolidate their power, they have refused to talk about different systems of governance. You know me, I say the things you people don't want to. I'm just being honest. So that's your homework, because I gotta go. Take the time out to read up on federalism and the different types of governance systems out there. Then, when you finish doing that, each one, teach one. We need to find a way to demystify this thing. Okay? We need to. We need to. That's the only way we are going to be wherever we want to be. Because you see, if we get another president, A lot has been embezzled. A lot has been messed up. Systems have been corrupted. By the time we clean out these systems and weed them out and put them back in line how they should be and recover our economy, look at how our monies are coming in and consolidate all these things together, it's going to be a long time, fam. It's going to be a long time. A very, very long time. But imagine if every tiny region was just told, okay, this is Busoga region. How much did you collect in taxes? We collected 2 million. Okay, 2 million. Find a way of splitting that 2 million to build your roads, pay your teachers, do everything. And there's direct accountability. Now tell me how fast each region would grow. Right? I'm always laughing when people tell me, T, you're always on social media talking about all of this. No wonder your accounts don't grow. It's okay. Mwe. On YouTube, I think I have 27K. Yeah, I have 27K subscribers. Bamara. Because I know among those 27, at least if 100 of you can go and teach your local border guy what federal is, gwango mlimu guba guwedde. Ogwange guba guwedde. If 20 of you on Facebook can share this video, ogwango omulimu guwedde. Because those 20 are going to teach 20. Who will teach 20? That will teach 20. See a revolution. See a revolution. That's simple. That's simple. Mchitegeera. Acting up. But it's been fun. It's been nice. It's been nice. In case you want to holler at me and you have any questions, it's quite simple. All my DMs are opened on all my platforms. For all of you who are looking for my YouTube channel, they finally gave us YouTube handles. So my handle is the same as all my channels. That's at Tina Fierce 1 on YouTube, at Tina Fierce 1 on Facebook, at Tina Fierce 1 on Twitter and Instagram. It's still at Tina Fierce 1, and on Twitter, it's I am Fierce. Yeah, it's also still I'm Tina Fierce 1. It's actually also I'm Tina Fierce 1. So yeah. Get some time out in case you want to have a conversation. I like to have these conversations with all of you. Hit me up in the comment section too. I love to read your comments a lot because I feel like I'm part of something, you know? Yeah, reach out to me and let's have a conversation. For all of you who still ask on how to support this, my work, I have a phone number that you can send money to or that you can send messages to. That's 0754 298325. I'm going to say it again. 0754298325. I will not be picking up calls. Mona, we are together. Yes, this is live, huh? It is live. So anyway, that's been my time. Hit me up. For all of you who have sent me super thanks and super chats, thank you so much. I appreciate you. For the people on Facebook who have been sending me those stars, me love you long time. And for my beautiful family on TikTok, yes, thank you so much. Thank you for writing the phone number 0754298325. That's the number. You can always reach out to me. Shall we do this again next week? I feel so sad leaving you, man. Get so sad. I wish we could talk the whole time, but it's been my time. I'm out. I'll catch you. And oh, please do not forget to hit the like buttons on all these, and do not forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel in case you are not subscribed, and of course hit that bell notification. But we all know the time I come on, right? Every Saturday at 8 p.m. that is of course East African time. We are here. Okay, that's been it. I'm out. I'll see you soon. I'm out. Peace.